What a man says to you is never just casual words floating in the air. Every phrase, every sentence is a reflection of his mindset, his priorities, and the way he truly views you. Words are the earliest indicators of how he will treat you long term. If he dismisses your feelings, undermines your ambitions, or belittles your worth, that is not a one-time slip. It's a pattern waiting to reveal itself over time. Most women ignore the little warning signs because they hope things will change. But change comes from accountability, not from wishful thinking. You have to listen carefully to what he communicates verbally. If it makes you doubt yourself or question your value, that's a red flag. Your intuition is your internal compass, and it rarely lies. Learning to interpret words as early signals is one of the most powerful tools you can have in dating. Some men speak in ways that make you feel like your worth is negotiable. Phrases like "you're too sensitive" or "I'm not ready for anything serious" are often sugar-coated attempts to lower your expectations. Matthew Hussey often emphasizes that clarity is crucial. Don't let him shape your reality with convenient excuses. Words aren't neutral. They carry weight and reveal priorities. If he doesn't verbally respect you now, he won't magically start respecting you later. It's easy to get caught in hope or infatuation, thinking actions will speak louder than words, but actions follow the foundation set by words. Respect, value, and care are expressed verbally first and reinforced through behavior. Trusting your interpretation of his speech is not being paranoid, it's being intelligent. Recognizing patterns early saves time, energy, and heartbreak. When a man consistently says things that diminish you, it's rarely about the specific words themselves. It's about the intention behind them. Comments meant to make you feel less confident, to pressure you, or to control your emotions are warning signs. If he frequently makes you question your instincts or feel unsure of yourself, that is not romance. It's emotional manipulation disguised as banter. Many women convince themselves, maybe he's just joking, or he doesn't mean it. But the pattern is what matters. Words shape your reality in a relationship. They set expectations and boundaries, even unconsciously. If a man's words fail to honor your dignity, the likelihood of him doing so in action is minimal. Observing how he communicates is more than listening. It's analyzing alignment with your values. Trusting your intuition about words is about valuing yourself enough to notice discrepancies. If you feel uneasy about something he says, that discomfort is not insignificant. Often, women dismiss early warning signs because they want the relationship to succeed at all costs. But true empowerment comes from understanding that discomfort is a signal, not an obstacle. Words that disrespect, manipulate, or minimize are often the first step in a larger pattern of behavior. Matthew Hussey teaches that confidence in relationships comes from awareness and boundaries. Being attuned to language gives you the upper hand. You can evaluate compatibility before investing deeply. Listening carefully to what a man says helps you avoid emotional entanglement with someone who cannot meet your standards. Finally, words offer the most honest glimpse into future behavior. The way he speaks today shows the emotional currency he is willing to invest tomorrow. If a man communicates with thoughtfulness, respect, and clarity, it indicates a capacity for meaningful connection. Conversely, dismissive, controlling, or belittling language signals trouble ahead. Women often try to rewrite reality, believing they can teach him to respect them, but respect cannot be taught. It is either expressed or it isn't. Paying attention to verbal cues early protects your heart and reinforces your value. Your response to words shapes your experience. Recognizing disrespect and walking away demonstrates self-awareness. Every sentence he utters is an invitation to observe, interpret, and decide. Learning to decode these words is a form of self-respect that prevents regret and fosters empowered choices. If a man's words consistently make you feel anxious, guilty, or unsure of yourself, that is a clear sign of emotional manipulation. Statements like "you're overreacting" or "you're too sensitive" are often disguised as casual commentary, but they serve a purpose: to make you question your perception of reality. Matthew Hussey emphasizes that clarity in relationships is everything, and you should never allow someone to distort your sense of self. Emotional manipulation rarely appears overnight. It's a slow process designed to lower your confidence and create dependency. When someone continually undermines your feelings, they are testing how much control they can exert over you. Recognizing this early is crucial because it allows you to protect your emotional energy. Being aware of manipulative language empowers you to make decisions based on logic and self-respect. Manipulation thrives on uncertainty, and refusing to accept confusion as normal is the first step in regaining power. Your emotional safety is non-negotiable, and the words he uses reflect how he values it. Manipulative phrases are often subtle, making it difficult to recognize them at first. Comments like "I don't owe you an explanation" or "you're making a big deal out of nothing" are meant to silence your questions and justify his behavior. Matthew Hussey often says that in any healthy relationship, transparency is fundamental. If he cannot communicate openly without making you feel at fault, he is signaling that his needs always come first. Emotional manipulation creates an imbalance of power, where your voice is minimized and his comfort is prioritized. Walking away is not overreacting. It's protecting yourself from a dynamic that is inherently damaging. Women frequently ignore these signs because they hope love will fix him, but manipulation does not evolve into care. Understanding that words carry intention allows you to see whether he is nurturing or controlling. Listening to patterns rather than isolated incidents is how you discern character and compatibility. Many women confuse emotional manipulation with normal relationship challenges. "He's stressed," or "he didn't mean it," are excuses we tell ourselves to justify hurtful words. Matthew Hussey stresses that feeling safe and respected should never be negotiable. If his words create doubt, guilt, or fear, it is a reflection of his character, not your sensitivity. Manipulation erodes self-confidence over time, leaving women questioning their worth and choices. Recognizing manipulation early allows you to maintain independence and clarity. Emotional safety is as vital as physical safety. If either is compromised, the foundation of the relationship is unstable. Words that twist your emotions are a form of control, and control has no place in a partnership built on equality. Paying attention to verbal patterns gives insight into whether he can truly honor and respect you. Trusting your emotional responses is essential. Discomfort is rarely wrong. Manipulation often comes with charm and excuses, which makes it confusing to navigate. He might apologize after dismissive remarks, only to repeat them later. Matthew Hussey highlights that consistency is a key measure of reliability. If words continually undermine rather than support, charm cannot erase the damage. Emotional manipulators rely on hope and cognitive dissonance, making you question your judgment. Walking away is a declaration that your feelings are valid, and no one has the right to diminish them. A partner's words should provide reassurance, understanding, and clarity, not anxiety or self-doubt. Recognizing emotional manipulation early allows you to avoid a cycle of confusion and frustration. It is not about perfection, but about basic respect and empathy. Clear communication is a baseline, and any pattern of manipulation is a deal breaker. A man who respects you will make you feel safe in expressing your feelings. If his words constantly trigger guilt or second guessing, it's a signal that he cannot hold space for your emotional reality. Matthew Hussey teaches that respect is not negotiable. It is expressed through thoughtfulness, listening, and validation. Emotional manipulation is a tool to control, not connect. Walking away is an act of self-preservation and empowerment, demonstrating that your emotions matter. When you prioritize emotional safety, you raise the standard for every future interaction. Words are the first measure of respect in a relationship, and paying attention to them reveals the true dynamics. Recognizing manipulation is not about blame, it's about awareness and action. Observing how he communicates helps you protect your confidence, maintain independence, and avoid toxic patterns. Your self-worth should never be compromised for the illusion of love or affection. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and anyone who disrespects it through their words is signaling a lack of commitment or care. When a man says things like "you're too much work" or "why can't you just relax," he's prioritizing convenience over connection. Matthew Hussey often emphasizes that a strong woman sets boundaries around her time because it reflects her self-respect. Words that diminish your efforts or make you feel guilty for investing in yourself are not trivial. They are indicators of how he values you. Time spent with someone who doesn't honor it is time lost on someone who cannot meet your standards. Recognizing this early protects your energy, focus, and emotional well-being. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and effort, not unilateral expectations. Listening to how he talks about your priorities reveals whether he's a partner or a bystander. Being aware of these cues allows you to make empowered choices. Your time is a reflection of your worth and should never be compromised. Some men try to manipulate your schedule or guilt you into their agenda. Statements like "you're always busy" or "you never make time for me" can create pressure that isn't rooted in mutual understanding. Matthew Hussey points out that a confident woman does not bend her life around someone else's convenience. Prioritizing yourself and your goals is not selfish. It's necessary for healthy relationships. If he cannot respect the time you dedicate to your career, friends, or personal growth, it signals a misalignment of values. Words that undermine your choices often precede actions that will continue the pattern. Observing language gives insight into long-term compatibility before investing deeply. Walking away from someone who doesn't respect your time is not rejection, it's self-preservation. Your energy is finite, and protecting it ensures that you attract someone who values both your presence and absence. Boundaries around time are a form of self-respect that signals high standards. A man who truly respects you will encourage your ambitions rather than diminish them with words. Phrases like "you're overthinking" or "you're making this too complicated," are often attempts to invalidate your perspective. Matthew Hussey teaches that mutual respect is communicated first through language, which sets the tone for behavior. If words leave you feeling undervalued or dismissed, it's a warning sign of imbalance. Respecting time means appreciating the effort you invest in yourself and in the relationship. Someone who cannot honor your priorities verbally is unlikely to honor them in action. Listening closely to how he talks about your commitments provides a clear picture of his respect for your life. Walking away preserves your focus, clarity, and energy for those who can meet you at your level. Time and effort are not negotiable. They are a reflection of how someone truly values you. Paying attention to these cues allows you to make empowered decisions about your future. Many women underestimate how much words reveal about priorities. A man may seem charming, attentive, or romantic in moments of convenience, but his language around effort and commitment reveals long-term potential. Matthew Hussey emphasizes that consistency is key. Words shape expectations and set boundaries. If he consistently diminishes your schedule, choices, or achievements, it's a clear signal that he cannot support you fully. Walking away is an act of empowerment because it acknowledges that your time is too valuable to waste on someone who cannot appreciate it. Respect is shown in alignment between words and actions. Observing verbal cues early allows you to avoid investing in a relationship that will drain rather than elevate you. Protecting your time ensures that your energy is directed toward people who value and support your growth. Setting these standards is a demonstration of self-love and confidence that attracts like-minded partners. Ultimately, the way he speaks about your life, your time, and your commitments is a reflection of his true intentions. Words that dismiss your priorities or make you feel guilty are red flags signaling deeper incompatibility. Matthew Hussey teaches that a confident woman does not negotiate her standards or compromise her schedule for someone else's comfort. Walking away is not about anger or spite. It's about valuing your energy and protecting your life's direction. Time is finite, and anyone who cannot respect it does not deserve your investment. Listening to language patterns allows you to assess whether he is supportive, respectful, and aligned with your goals. Recognizing verbal cues early gives you clarity and authority in decision making. Your time is a form of self-respect, and defending it ensures you attract a partner who values both your presence and your ambitions. Words are always the first test of whether someone is genuinely invested or merely convenient. Some words are deal breakers because they directly attack your sense of self-worth. Phrases like "no one else will want you" or "you'll never find someone better" are not compliments or reality checks. They are tools of control designed to make you doubt your value. Matthew Hussey often emphasizes that self-worth is non-negotiable and should never be compromised for the comfort of someone else. When a man uses words to belittle, shame, or trap you emotionally, he is signaling a lack of respect. Respect is foundational in any relationship, and without it, the dynamic becomes toxic. Walking away is not rejection. It is a conscious choice to remain loyal to your own standards. Words shape how you feel, and feeling diminished is a clear indicator that boundaries are being crossed. Recognizing these patterns is essential because emotional safety precedes emotional intimacy. Protecting your self-worth ensures you only invest in relationships that elevate rather than diminish you. Many women tolerate disrespectful language because they hope love will change him. Comments meant to instill fear or dependency often masquerade as care or concern. Matthew Hussey teaches that real love never makes you feel small or inadequate. Words that undermine confidence are rarely isolated. They are part of a recurring pattern that erodes self-esteem over time. Listening closely to how a man communicates reveals his true intentions before actions confirm them. If he repeatedly devalues you verbally, his ability to support and honor you in practice is limited. Walking away is an act of self-respect and empowerment. It demonstrates that you will not accept manipulation disguised as affection. Emotional loyalty to yourself is more important than loyalty to someone who cannot treat you well. Recognizing verbal abuse early prevents entanglement in unhealthy dynamics that waste energy and potential. A man who respects you communicates with intention, care, and consideration. Words like "you're not good enough" or "you'll never find better" are tactics designed to weaken your independence. Matthew Hussey stresses that awareness of language is critical because words are the first indicator of behavior patterns. Respectful partners use words to affirm, encourage, and uplift. If his language diminishes you instead of empowering you, it reveals a misalignment in values and priorities. Walking away safeguards your emotional health and reinforces the importance of self-worth. Women often justify abusive language as passion, love, or insecurity, but the reality is control disguised as affection. Observing speech patterns allows you to make informed decisions rather than reacting emotionally. Self-respect is non-negotiable, and recognizing toxic words early preserves your dignity and confidence. Protecting your self-worth sets a standard that attracts the right people. Toxic words can create an illusion of love while conditioning you to tolerate less than you deserve. Phrases that attack your character or identity are tools of emotional manipulation designed to maintain power. Matthew Hussey emphasizes that a strong woman recognizes the difference between someone challenging her to grow and someone trying to control her through fear. Emotional safety comes first, and any words that compromise that safety are unacceptable. Walking away is not weakness, it is an expression of strength and self-awareness. Allowing someone to diminish your value verbally sets a precedent for future mistreatment. When you protect your self-worth, you send a clear message that you will not settle for anything less than respect and equality. Words are the early indicators of long-term behavior, and paying attention to them ensures clarity and alignment. Your response to disrespectful language determines the trajectory of your emotional well-being. Recognizing manipulation allows you to prioritize yourself above toxic influence. Ultimately, your self-worth is your anchor, and no man's words should ever make you question it. Toxic phrases are often disguised as advice, jokes, or tough love, but their effect is to instill doubt and dependence. Matthew Hussey teaches that true empowerment comes from refusing to internalize disrespect or diminish yourself for someone else's ego. Walking away is an act of preservation, signaling that you value your identity, standards, and future. Words that attack or control are not a reflection of your worth. They reflect his limitations. Protecting yourself from verbal abuse strengthens emotional resilience and reinforces confidence. Observing language patterns allows you to make decisions that honor your dignity. Your response to harmful words shapes the quality of relationships you allow in your life. Self-worth is non-negotiable, and staying loyal to it ensures that every connection is built on respect, honesty, and mutual value.